Been like for you these last several weeks, getting to know this group of women and kind of making your mark on the program?
Well, I think from first and foremost, they're all great kids. I think the administration has done a phenomenal job of, kind of equipping our program with what we need from that standpoint. And, we've kind of taken it 1 week at a time. Obviously it's an adjustment for everybody, new team, new faces, and kind of taking it one day at a time in the sense of kind of getting used to everybody and, what makes some people tick, what makes, me tick, and, trying to figure out, how to best kind of put that all together.
What is the makeup of the team so far? What are the strengths you can tap into?
Well, I think, our depth. I think, we've got a good, vast difference of experience and youth as well. I think we have some dynamic playmakers, and we have some people that, can finish plays. So I think we're kind of a hodgepodge, if you will. And obviously as we kind of get together a little bit more and play a little bit more, I'll probably have a better, more accurate answer for you.
It's a really important piece to this puzzle for you. What were those things you were looking for when you were putting together this team?
Well, I think first and foremost the character piece. I think you've got to, your work ethic, how you carry yourself on and off the floor. That goes above any talent. And then, really believe in, roster composition. Working on trying to fit the talent, make sure the talent fits with other talent. So all of our players, when they look to the left and the right, they're not seeing a younger or older version of themselves.
What school do you hear to this year? Is it just the chaotic, awesome basketball environment, or was the really free?
Well, I think prior to me first talking to him, I think I had already been here when I was with the Wizards in the NBA working out here, and was just blown away with the proximity, the locations, the facilities, how nice the people were. And then obviously getting a chance to meet with Brian and Jamie, first class, which, again, it was one of those things where you know what it looks like when you see it, because I've been blessed to be around some great coaches, great administrations, and this was kind of a no-brainer.
Success the team had last year in the Mountain West. Is there any extra added pressure to getting that momentum going, or just kind of a fresh start for your first year?
No, not really. Heck, they had a phenomenal year. I think they lost 10 players, I want to say, that graduated, and we're going to a different conference. I think Mountain West is a highly competitive conference. A lot of really good teams. So from a pressure standpoint, not so much at all. I think, obviously the program was left in a good spot, and it's we've been kind of charged with kind of taking it to the next level.
You got your own program now, so I'm curious, what are your non-negotiables when it comes to, you're building a cohesion and everything. What are your non-negotiables as a coach?
I think for a coaching standpoint, I guess you could say boss. That means character. That's the one thing. Like I said, I do believe you can kind of learn anything. You can teach anybody anything, but your character, for me, that's either you have it or you don't. And we want high character people within our program. And, I think from a university standpoint, when you look across the different departments in the university, that same standard is there as well.
How big is this successful season?
That's a great question. I don't want to put a number on, wins, losses. I think, how we start the season, I don't want to recognize our team at the end of the season, which means that we've grown through the year. Some people have made some strides. Obviously we've kind of seen some of that in summer and how some of our players kind of came in. So I think kind of success looks, for me, for us, is I don't recognize us. I hope I don't recognize us come September, and then come November. And then obviously when we look back of how we started the season, typically the really good teams, how you start is never how you finish.
How much of it also is being ready for that season?
You said this is our 5th day of 5-on-5? Not very close enough.
How much of the South Carolina principle of putting in the office, that kind of thing, or take your own?
Well, I think, again, listen, I was blessed to be with Dawn for as many years as I was. And yes, there's some carryover, some overlap. I think the hard part is, I think part of what makes South Carolina is that's who they are. So every team's got to have their own kind of identity. Sure, you may have some similar principles or elements, but there's only one South Carolina, there's only one GCU. And so, I do hope, like I said, there may be some overlap, but we'll have our own brand of basketball from that standpoint.